Let me see. We back on TikTok. Cool. We are live. Perspectives and Facts Podcast. Welcome everybody. We are live on TikTok. We are live on X, and we are live on YouTube, man. We got to break down the situation. We got to break down the Megan Thee Stallion new evidence against her with the Tory Lanez case. Salute Carlton Way in the building. I'm gonna let everybody pile up in here. Everybody get into the building and give you guys a few moments to tap in. Like I said, I usually play music on X and wait for you to pile in here, but it's all good. Like I said, man, we got to break down this stuff. I'm probably going to not be so long with this episode because I got a few things I need to do. Also, the Knicks and the Pacers play tonight, Game 5. And also with that, I know the Star Report's going to go live. And then I'm also going to try to go live again after the Star Report to break down some of the Diddy news. And I got a little pro-black bag that I'm trying to get in a few. So you're going to have to, guys, give me some grace about the Kyle guy. Yeah, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. But let me see if I can invite people. Can I invite people? Unlock multiple guests. Share. All right, cool. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm taking a second. I'm just trying to share what we got going on all these apps, making sure everybody's in here. But yeah, man, Megan Thee Stallion's team, Rock Nation, you guys might be fucked up right now, man. Don't mean to curse, but you guys might be messed up right now in this situation, in this case. Because the way it looks right now, the new evidence that was released, we have body cam footage. We have Megan Thee Stallion in a hospital saying she stepped on glass a few days ago. We have Megan Thee Stallion telling the officer that she stepped on glass. We also have audio of the key witness that testified something completely different than what he actually said. So I want to get straight into it. Like I said, this Perspectives and Facts podcast. Anybody who is enjoying it, go ahead and hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the share button. Because the more you share this, the more views we get, the more we get to the algorithm. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody who's jumping in, who's supporting the channel. And let's kind of get it started. We already got 20 people in here from both platforms. So let's get it started. Like I said, people on TikTok that pile in here. Let's start with some audio. I want to kind of play. Let me see this. We're going to. I think I want to play the audio first. See, I hit the Cash App at the bottom, $ Florida Boy J. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get a hamburger, rent due on Sunday. We just trying to make sure we got enough. You know what I'm saying? We got rent money and a little bit of mo. You know what I'm saying? Keep lights on right now. And here we go. Let's big screen it. Let's make sure we have it on here. Is everybody in here? Everybody in the building? Everybody on TikTok in the building? All right, let me make sure the audio is up on all ends. Turn that up and make sure this audio is up here. And here we go, man. This is some explosive audio from a witness the night of the event. States he saw Kelsey Harris shoot Megan Thee Stallion in the car, not Tory Lanez. And this is the audio. Let's play it. Let's get it cracking. This dropped a few hours ago. This is breaking news. It's breaking news.
The gun and the girl shoots it. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you?
Have a appointment, please.
I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark and I'm above, so, but then the guy gets out again from the back. The gun.
You want to play this one more time?
And the girl shoots it.
You heard that?
Um,
I want to pause it because you got to hear through the car audio and all that. It's kind of weird.
the gun, and the girl shoots it. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot.
Can I help you?
Have an appointment at 3?
I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting.
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what
See that?
Shooting. So you see the girl doing the shooting.
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car.
So you see the girl doing the shooting.
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me.
It seems to see the girl sitting right here shooting in the car. He said it was a girl shooting in the car. In the car. What's going on, FBA Homer Simpson? What's up, Tony Blue Star in the building? If this is true, Megan, her friend, the prosecutor's judge, and the witness should be in prison. Hey, man, we run it. Like I said, we're going to start it right back from the question so you can hear clearly what the witness said. Let's hear it.
See the girl doing the shooting.
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so. But then the guy gets out again from the back.
All right, so clearly what we're hearing right now is that one of the witnesses, and I think it was the main one of the main witnesses that was sitting here. I think, to be honest, they were kind of, I didn't know I was on camera. Yeah, to be honest, that was one of the main witnesses I think changed their story on Tory Lanez when the case broke and everything took place. So that was one who was supposed to be a star witness, and I think they switched their story up and said that Tory was the one that they seen with the gun. So we're going to keep going. We have footage of Megan Thee Stallion in the situation. We're going to go ahead and pull it. Let's see if this is, and this is another interview with police with the person. I'll pause this real quick because I need to put it on the screen. So this is exclusive, and this is extended audio from the eyewitness who claimed that he's seen what was going on. So let's go ahead and get this started. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe. A lot of this is breaking news, exclusive news. A lot of this is just coming out in real time. So we want to make sure everybody in here can hear. We want to make sure everybody in here is following what we're talking about and where we're going. Like I said, in a separate interview with police, Sean Kelly, one of the witnesses, said that he saw Kelsey and Meg fighting violently, with Kelsey in the rear passenger attacking Meg in the front seat. The driver tried to intervene. Kelly, the witness, stated that a woman fired the gun while Tory Lanez, the short black guy, was still in the back seat of the SUV. There is no way Tory Lanez fired the gun 5 times. We're going to go ahead and listen to this.
All open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger?
Yes.
And she opens up the car door?
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The 2 girls?
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to get my son.
Does the punch?
We're going to run it back a little bit. You guys have to catch the key details.
Out trying to kick her, and the other one's fighting, and then the
rear passenger, and she goes to the front passenger.
Yes.
And she opens up the car door.
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other, and they start fighting.
The two girls.
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her, and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger.
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously that's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl on the side, her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. The passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
All right. They say Tory Lanez in the back of the car, and this is more audio.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots. So she. The driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you?
I have an appointment at 3.
I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark.
Yeah.
And I'm a girl standing here. The girl appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above. So, but then the guy gets out again from the back.
All right, man. So that was pretty much
laid open
and pauses.
The door.
That was pretty much the audio from the star witness that got on the stand and switched the story. But apparently this is the official police interview asking and reaccounting what was going on. So I think that's huge. And we got more from this. We got that audio from a eyewitness, and we are about to get Megan Thee Stallion talking the night of the shooting and how it contradicts what she said going forth. Please make sure the likes reflect the viewers. We have 73 people in here, actually 74 on all platforms right now on TikTok, TikTok, X, and YouTube. So please, like I said, hit that like button. Please share. Hit that Cash App $ Florida Boy J904 at the bottom right hand corner. And we are going to keep this footage rolling. Here we got some glass footage. Here we
Do you think we can go to jail? I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. Not go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay. What's that? Do you think we can go to jail? I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. Not go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay.
I got a question. Okay, let's just talk real quick. Let's just talk, guys. If you were shot, right? Why would you be going to jail if you got shot? Why would you go to jail if you got shot? I never heard somebody, a victim of gun violence, being sent to jail after they got shot unless they were involved in a back and forth shooting. If you're a victim of getting shot, I don't see why you'll be going to jail with the people who shot you. I'm just saying. And then you say, oh, this would be bad for my image. This would be bad for my brand. So after allegedly you get shot, the first thing you ask the cops is, are we going to jail? I can't go to jail. This will be bad for my brand. If you got shot, why would you go to jail? Why would it be bad for your brand? Because that's not something a victim of gun violence would say. somebody gets shot, they will be asking, is the person who shot me going to jail? And it wouldn't be bad on my reputation because you got shot. Obviously, you profited from getting shot. So I don't see why you would say that and directly contradict yourself and the story by running with, I got shot. I'm just trying to make sense of what she said. We're going to continue to play some more of this. Now, this is the body cam footage by the police. Salute everybody. Said all this footage just dropped today about a couple hours ago. So this might be new to a lot of you people. Please hit the like button, subscribe, follow. We're going to play the body cam footage right now.
With the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So, with the other people here.
Did you hear what the lady just said? Did you hear what the cop just said? Now we're gonna put this up. Hold on, let's go down some of these comments really quick. Tony was independent, no pimp. Exactly. Tory Lanez was independent. I think that definitely played the case. Let's hear Meg, the male whore. You guys gotta chill out. You guys gotta chill out. Another comment. Wi-Fi better not be jumping. She's scared to go to jail. I thought she was a big bad rapper. Hey man, no, it's not the fact that people are scared to go to jail. Let me say this. It's not the fact that people are actually scared to go to jail. I think it's more people don't have time to go to jail, if you want to be honest. And I think the richer you are, the more you have at stake. If you're just sitting around not earning that same amount of money, like you can go to jail. But do you have time to go to jail? So I think that's one thing. Arrogance and privilege, in her words. That's kind of how I see it. You know, getting popped in hip hop would be good for your brand. Shake my head. Yeah, this is hip hop. This is rap. Let's not pick and choose when to be ignorant. Let's not pick and choose when we want to celebrate degeneracy in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, and this is how we get down, bro. This ain't nothing new. Sometimes you got to get shot to pop off. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for not cussing. She should. Oh, she cut her foot on the glass. Exactly. That's what the cop said. I want to slow it down. Like I said, this is an interactive show, so I want to read some of the comments. But the police officer just said on the body cam and confirmed that everybody was under the assumption that she stepped on glass. And let's play it again.
That you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped
together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all.
With the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So, with the other people here that
one more time.
She dropped.
I believe when she stepped down, there's
know how she got cut. We know.
Do we know how she got cut? So obviously the I stepped on glass narrative has already traveled to any police officer on the scene, and that is allegedly confirmed and not doubted. That's why the cop is asking to confirm that she stepped on glass and cut her foot.
Do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay.
Stepped on a glass bottle, stepping out of the vehicle. That's what was said. That's what was said by the police. And here we go. I don't know if these are her feet. This is what she had on. If this is the police body footage, I think this is very damning. I don't see any bullet holes. I don't see any blood on these toes. But once again, I would like to preference my statements by saying that Tory Lanez team put this out. They didn't put out any full camera footage. A lot of these, I want to feel like, I don't want to call them spliced clips, but these clips are chopped up favorably for Tory Lanez. I'm not saying this is fake. I'm not saying this narrative. I'm just trying to be partial. I mean, but I'm trying to be non-biased and non-partial and just look at it for what it is. This is very damning evidence, but I also feel like Tory Lanez team has to release all the things that they just dropped today. I feel like you have to release that in full for people to get the context of what we're seeing and for us to not be sold a narrative. Even though Meg's team sold a narrative and, you know, everything's about selling narratives, I still believe that we should be able to see the full footage. And now that this footage has dropped, is Tory Lanez's team filing any paperwork or any motions to, for an appeal, for an immediate release? What is going on with the details? We can watch all this footage, but at the end of the day, we're just a court of public opinion. We're not the court of law. We can't get Tory Lanez out of jail just because everybody and mama feels like Tory Lanez should be freed out of jail. And we got some more footage right here. Let me go ahead and share this. This is Meg Thee Stallion in the hospital. Let's move this around a little bit. Now, like I said, this is Meg Thee Stallion in the hospital. And we're going to listen to what she says. We already have the police corroborating that she stepped on glass. And now this is her talking to an official police officer in the hospital. And here we go.
So what happened with you were just one ball stepping on glass. I had another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day.
You hear that? I just stepped on glass. This is Meg Thee Stallion. Look at the date. This is July 12th, 2020. This is her in the hospital. Supposedly right after the shooting. What is she telling the police officer right here?
And so what happened with you were just one ball stepping on glass.
You were just walking and she just said, I stepped on glass. I stepped on the glass. Listen one more time.
You were just one ball stepping on glass. I had another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day.
I just stepped on glass the other day. She didn't even say she stepped on glass today. She didn't say I stepped on glass tonight. She didn't say I stepped on glass when I hopped out the car. She just said, let's hear that one more time.
You were just one ball stepping on glass. I had another cut on my right foot. I just stepped.
I got another cut on my right foot. I stepped on glass. I got another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass a couple days ago. Look. I got another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day.
You were already hurt.
And the officer asked, you were already hurt before this incident.
So you were already hurt when you got into the and then at that point, your friends were already down to so you were already.
I'm going to run it back one more time in clarity. So I'm just to give you guys a little bit of clarity. I'm going to run it back one more time. She's basically saying that I got a cut on one foot. I got a cut on my left foot. I got a cut on my right foot from a couple days ago because I stepped on glass. And the sound officer just asked her, so you're already injured prior to this incident. Your feet were already injured prior to this incident. That's what I'm getting from the audio. If you hear anything different, let me know. But I'm going to play it in full 26 seconds. And we can dive deeper into this new revelation of audio and footage that we're getting.
And so what happened with you were just one ball stepping on glass. I had another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the and then at that point, your friends were already down to the hospital.
I mean, sounds like they had it. Everything was everybody was on the same page that you stepped on glass, and this was an injury prior to this even happening. Tony Blue Star, I know medical records are private, but isn't it easy to know if someone was shot in the foot or not? Gunpowder bullet fragments. They said that the bullet fragments allegedly got lost in the hospital conveniently. So come on. Yeah, come on, dog. Smooth. Florida boy. Yeah, you know, man, we live. We're gonna be live every day, all day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Yeah, we're gonna go live. This is the summer stream shootout. We're gonna be streaming every day of the summer. We're going live every day, like I said, sometimes 2-3 times a day. Clips dropping every day, all day. Follow me on TikTok. Got live on TikTok. So everybody here watching me on TikTok, for real, got 37 likes already on this live. Salute everybody on X who rock me on X, and salute everybody on YouTube, all the day ones. Just going down the comments. I feel like that while it was a psychological operation to distract us from the George Floyd protest. Nah, I mean, it could have been something where it was like a battle of the sexes between the Black community. I felt like that was definitely something that right after the George Floyd case, it was a lot of Black women, Black male versus campaign. It was like if you were Team Tory, then you hated women. If you were Team Meg, then you're automatically a feminist. And it didn't give a lot of people any wiggle room. And I think one of the most important things I learned as a content creator since the Meg and Tory case was sometimes what I learned, the most valuable lesson I learned was don't lean too hard on what you think is going to happen. Just report what is coming out, and you can form a soft opinion around what you think, but don't attach your wagon to a sure bet, because if you end up being wrong, then you're going to have to eat crow, take accountability, and walk what you said back. And people, you know, can always use that against you, because I'll say this 100%. I was Team Tory the whole time, the whole way through. And when he got convicted, I had to come on my pod and speak about it and have egg on my face. So like I said, even with the Diddy case or other things since then, I try to stay as neutral as possible, because a lot of people jumped out the window on this Tory case, including Milagro, and she's getting sued right now. And Joe Budden, academics, Tory, nobody who was gassing her up to kick Meg's back in because they thought Tory was going to win is giving her any money now that she's being sued by Megan Thee Stallion. So like I said, until things bear truth, it's very hard to stand on something or try to, you know, I'm dropping a link in the live chat, or try to, like I said, stand next to something when it comes out in court. You look crazy. We're going to read a few comments before we continue with this episode. Hey, man, we got him. We got him. Stars going live tonight. Hopefully, when the Knicks lose, we're gonna say that about the New York Knicks. It's probably over for Meg. You're right. I hope it is over for Meg. And I'm not, you know, a Meg Thee Stallion hater, but I just don't like the fact that I feel like she profited off the sympathy campaign of allegedly getting shot and having a Black man locked up. I just don't stand on that. This diabolical work, sending someone to prison on a false testimony, not too much to talk about. Hey, that's what I said. And just like how I came and, you know, Meg, she's innocent, or Tory's guilty, we got to walk it back. Cool. But when this evidence comes out, we're not talking about what people said or this and that. This is hard facts. This is stuff that witnesses are saying. These are words coming out of Megan Thee Stallion's mouth on multiple audios and visuals that can back up the audios. We have multiple police body cam footage of Meg contradicting everything that she came out here and ran a campaign on about Tory shot her. So I think this is very, very damning evidence. Like I said, we're not speculating right now. I've been on live for almost 30 minutes. I have not speculated about anything yet. I'm running audio, I'm running visuals, and I'm allowing the live chat to react. And I'm just reacting off of you guys. And I salute everybody who, you know what I'm saying, we're going back and forth with this. Tony Blue Star said she tried to protect him and wasn't trying to snitch. Not surprised she would tell a lie if that's the case. I hear you, Tony Blue Star, but I vehemently believe if you ever seen somebody who's been shot before, a glass cut and a bullet hole, completely different things. My friend got shot, I think, in the leg. His leg looks crazy. He still has his leg, but his shit looks nuts. The graft, the scar of a bullet wound looks crazy. And that's on his leg, one of the biggest, meatiest parts of your body. Now imagine your skinny ass toes getting shot. You should have had a toe. If you get shot in the foot, you should have your toe shot off. Just speaking from experience, not from being shot or shooting, but from seeing. Salute Street Geeks America. You know how these hoes be acting like you owe them something just because you fucked the partner, Gucci Man LaFleur. Hey man, you know how I go. Hey bro, you know how I go. You can't be hitting the old girl and the best friend and getting caught up. You know, Tory just had too much, you know, dip on his chip that night, man. Then the other lawyer was Meg FBA versus Tory non-FBA. The other layer was Meg FBA versus Tory non-FBA. And I'll say this, I'm FBA, I'm team FBA all day, but just because I am foundational Black American and I am from this land does not mean that I'm going to support everybody automatically because you're FBA, and I'm going to be against you because you're an immigrant. Tory Lanez gets the immigrant role. I roll with Tory Lanez. I'm still on free Tory Lanez. I'm still ride with Tory Lanez. I don't care if Meg is FBA. A liar is a liar and a truther is a truther. I don't sit here and let titles shape my opinions or shape the way I look at things. I can want you to be right. I can feel in my heart where, hey, it would be nice if you didn't look crazy, but I'm going to separate what I feel and what I want to happen and what the facts lay bare. Just because Megan Thee Stallion was an American superstar, to me, being an American, being a Black American, and being somebody who supports women, I didn't side with her. I never believed what she was saying. And call me flip-flop, whatever you want. Salute all my FBA niggas, but I'm going to keep it a buck. I never believed Meg, and I feel like Megan Thee Stallion put a bad name on FBAs and Black women as a whole for people to believe them, because there's a lot of other Black women who are telling the truth that don't get their day in court and don't get justice just for one with a platform with an axe to grind to weaponize her platform and her stardom to put an innocent man in jail. Black, white, Hispanic, yellow, green, blue, I don't care. If nobody deserves to go to prison if you did not commit a crime, and nobody deserves to be railroaded. Now going to, like I said, a well-organized lie will defeat a disorganized truth every time. You are correct. You are correct. A lie spreads faster than the truth anyways. So that is a great point. And I think, like I said, the whole Rock Nation push, the whole Believe Women push, people can weaponize sympathy from others to attack innocent people. And I think society needs to understand that point, that we can be duped by bad people weaponizing good causes to hurt innocent people they have gripes against. We've seen it with the LGBTQIA plus community. We've seen it with the Black community, with the white community, the Asian community, Hispanic community, with civil rights. We've seen a lot of good causes be deranged by bad people and be used against others. So like I said before, man, we can't sit up here and be blinded by tribalism that we're not objective when things are flatly here in our face. Somebody else, Meg gave us Trump. Meg gave us Trump. Meg didn't give us Trump. Meg just didn't do any favors for the Democratic Party shaking ass for abortions. It's been over for Meg. Nobody came to her last hit. I'm sorry, I can't read. Let me get this out. It's been over for Meg. Nobody can name her last hit. She have to press charges to stay relevant. Street Geeks, you're right. I agree. Meg hasn't, and I like some of her songs she can rap. I think she actually can write her bars, but she doesn't have a hit. She doesn't have a song, or she doesn't, because she has leached her wagon on going viral off of news and controversy. One thing that you have to understand as an entertainer or as a content creator, you are conditioning the audience on what type of news about you perks their interest and shapes their perception. Meg, when you first came out with Tina Snow, Hot Girl Summer, all these other things, for the first 2-3 years, we knew about Meg Thee Stallion when Meg Thee Stallion was dropping music and doing collaborations. Then from 2020 to now, everything we have been reconditioned to only consume Meg Thee Stallion news instead of Meg Thee Stallion lyrics. And because your news was so high profile, and because this case was so high profile and made international news, especially during the pandemic, it is very hard to become bigger news than the Tory Lanez verdict, which is still relevant to this day. Your music has not usurped that story since you came on your IG Live and said Tory Lanez shot me. And because you're hitched your wagon to the sympathy campaign that got a man locked up, not only have you made enemies with people who support him, not only have you ostracized a community of people who were in the middle, you have literally, like I said, you have conditioned an audience to only consume news about you, negative news about you. You can drop the hottest song. You cannot usurp what you attached your wagon to and what you made us consume as an audience about Meg Thee Stallion. She is no longer a rapper. She is a media headline. And is that her fault? It is her fault. It's her fault because instead of focusing on the music, she focused on putting Tory Lanez in jail, and she has to live with the ghost of her and Rock Nation's railroading to this day. Reading some more comments. Fact, truth over everything. Show me evidence she's a superstar. That raunchy ass rap shit 3 years ago, lame ass, whole parents. Yeah, you know, hey, listen, man, I'm not saying she's a superstar. I just knew what I was seeing. I knew other people were pushing her. It's scary and fascinating to know we can put this thing together, but the court of law can't or won't. I mean, that is a key point. That is a key point. That is a key motherfucking point, that we can put things together here and there. But I mean, when it's time for the court of law to actually process this in court, they shortchange people. They shortchange the information. They suppress evidence, and whoever has the bigger bag and the bigger influence pretty much gets to win the case. You know, we have some security footage, and this is the gun sound. And to me, when I hear this, it kind of tripped me out because this doesn't sound like somebody was shooting on accident. This gun fired sounds like somebody was shooting at somebody else and trying to hit them with the shots. This doesn't sound like, oh, the gun was firing off. This sounds like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been in a shootout, I'm not saying I have, not saying I haven't. You ever been in a shootout? It's different between the nigga just firing off. It's different between niggas just firing to get people off them and somebody who is letting concentrated rounds go on somebody else. Honestly, I believe Tory Lanez lined up by the labels. Yeah, Tory Lanez lined by the labels. He made like over $1 million on an NFT during the pandemic, releasing the album independently through direct consumer to his fans. That was crazy. Before we continue, I want to say thanks to everybody. We got over 131 people in here. We got like 111 people on here from X alone. So everybody on X who's following me, like I said, that like button, subscribe. We going crazy on X, and I had a tweet that's kind of going viral on X too. It's kind of crazy. Facts. And right now, like I said, this is the video and audio, but really mainly audio, is just the home security footage released capturing the audio of the 5 shots fired the night Tory Lanez and the Meg Thee Stallion shooting. Here you go, and listen to the shots and the pauses of the shots. And to me, this sounds like whoever was doing the shooting was intentionally shooting. Now, that's funny to say, right? Now, before we play it, I want to say this. That's funny to say because in 1 minute, I'm like, she didn't get shot. But the next minute, we know gunshots went off. And I think that's why everybody's been so confused. I think that's what people hung up on the case. We've heard gunshots, but was she shot? And why did she say, are we all going to go to jail? This is bad for my image. If she was the one who got hit by some of these bullets. Now let's play that back. It looked like it sounded it was 2 shots and 3. This, I mean, were they wrestling for the gun and it went off? I didn't hear that from the eyewitness. Does this sound like maybe a gun was being wrestled? Possibly. But let's just hear it again. To me, it doesn't sound like a gun being wrestled, only because the consistency of the shots. It sounded like somebody was not fighting for a gun. Whoever had that gun had control of the gun and that trigger. Let's hear it one more time. Now you heard that. If you got hit by one of those bullets, you're not walking. You're not hopping out no car. Nobody believe you got shot on glass if one of those bullets hit you. One more time. Saying, man. Shit's getting spooky, man. Shit's getting spooky. Like I said, dog. I'm scared for Okarapo Russell. He's doing big things about label politics as well. Yeah, but LaRussell, he's pretty cool, man. LaRussell, he's not really threatening nobody and talking crazy. Tory Lanez is making enemies in the industry. Tory Lanez is putting his hands on people and shit. That's the only reason I got locked up. You know what I'm saying? So after we just played all the footage, now this is the second part of the show. We're going to go ahead and hear some of the media reactions, some people talking about it. Here we got Amber Rose. Amber Rose, the coon herself, clout chaser herself, coming out to speak on it. So let's hear her goofy ass talk on it. Getting some clout.
Joining me now, influencer, TV personality, musical muse, Amber Rose, and now social justice advocate. Amber, thank you. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. What do you want people to know about why you are advocating for Tory Lanez?
I'm advocating for Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
Well, the DNA showed that it could have been any of four people, but he sent the text apologizing, and Megan Thee Stallion and her friend Kelsey there that night said it was him. What do you do with that?
Well, I heard the whole story from Tory's mouth. He called me personally from prison, and I now understand why he said sorry, and it's not for any shooting at all. So I'll let him tell that story when he comes home, but the sorry was not for what people think it was for.
Well, we're going to listen to it one more time. I feel like she clout chased. Maybe he did, but let's watch one more time.
Know about why you are advocating for Tory Lanez.
I'm advocating for Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
Well, the DNA showed that it could have been any of four people, but he sent the text apologizing, and Megan Thee Stallion and her friend Kelsey there that night said it was him. What do you do with that?
Well, I heard the whole story from Tory's mouth. He called me personally from prison, and I now understand why he said sorry, and it's not for any shooting at all. So I'll let him tell that story when he comes home, but the sorry was not for what people think it was for.
All right, so we got clout chaser extraordinaire Amber Rose getting her 2 cents of it in her little 15 minutes to shine. We also have some more information. Let's see, where is this? I know we played. Let me see if we played this already. Yeah, we already played that. Man, hey, salute to everybody, man. We are flying through the show. Okay, and we have Anna Paulina Luna. She is one of the main advocates for Tory Lanez in this case, one of the main people who have been really representing him and showing love and really advocating for his release. So we're going to go ahead and read her tweet. Let me see. Let me move myself off screen so anybody watching can read this along. Tory Lanez was convicted on a flawed, incomplete, full story of contradictions, missing evidence, and straight up lies. Police reports, Meg's own words, and expert analysis show Tory didn't fire the gun. If anything, he tried to stop the conflict. The never before seen evidence outlined in this thread proves Tory deserves a pardon from the California governor, Gavin Newsom. Read the thread and visit 36 hours later for even more of a comprehensive breakdown of truth. Once.
Go to jail. What's that? Do you think we're gonna go to jail? It just, I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think really cannot go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where? Where we were coming from. Hey, go get a shoot for her. I'm not from here, so okay. That the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot? I didn't get shot.
Ooh, we got him. Hey, hold on. Salute the star, man. But we got him. We got him. Got that bitch. Sorry, TikTok. She said the officer asked her, "Did you get shot?" She said, "No, I didn't get shot." Yo, who could even talk that calm after getting shot? Man, we seen Saul Santana get shot. Nigga was screaming, snot flying out of his nose and shit, beard coming attached. What the hell going on?
I cannot have that on my image. Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where? Where we were coming from. Hey, go get a shoot for her. I'm not from here, so okay. That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot? I didn't get shot. Oh, you didn't? Oh, man. I mean, no, sir. Yeah.
Last time.
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot? I didn't get.
The officer even tried to get her to slip up after she said I stepped on glass. The officer just tried to get her to slip up, said, "Is that the only place you got shot at?" She said, "Huh?" Officer said again, "Is that the only place you got shot at?" She said, "I stepped on glass again." So from the police to Meg, it's a lot of murky stuff going on. I'm gonna play it one more time.
From here, so okay.
Listen right now. Listen very, very closely. Put your ear on the headphones if you got them. Is that the only place you got shot at?
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot? I didn't get shot. Oh, you didn't? Oh, man. I mean, no, sir. Yeah.
Told officer she didn't get shot. Now, this is footage of Meg getting out of the car. This is footage of Meg getting out of the car. Apparently, right after she gets shot in the foot. Clip's all empty. They emptied the clip and her big toe. But miraculously, she got out. The cops couldn't tell the difference between stepping on glass and getting shot.
Hold your hands up. Okay? Come on, people got to do it. Hands up, hands up. All right, come back. It's right down the floor. Yeah. It's right down the floor.
So let's pause it. This is exclusive footage. So there is blood on the bitch's feet. There's blood. Did she step on glass here? Now you hear that? That sound. Listen. I'm not saying this is when she stepped on glass. Just listen to these sounds carefully. Watch the footage closely. This is all new. This is all coming out. Salute to everybody who's watching. Salute to everybody. Before we continue rolling the footage, man, we got 112 people on X watching right now, and we got 18 people on YouTube, and we got like 3 people right now on TikTok. Like I said, it's second day stream on TikTok, so we're growing every audience every day, same time. Now just listen to when she steps out the car, and it sounds like a crackling or breaking sound. Just listen. Right there. You can tell, and because when she first puts her feet on the ground, as you can see, you don't hear anything. But the second step she takes, that's when you kind of hear she might have just stepped on glass right there. Now listen. See her feet landing, you don't hear anything. Right here. Now watch it. You hear that? Now is that a bottle? And these are her footprints, and this is the car. Is this? I feel like John Madden. A seam here, a seam there, and an alley. Feel like this is foot nigga. I feel like, and now here's it. I feel like Chris Collinsworth. Now here's a guy who knows how to frame a goddamn shooting scene. This is like a broken glass, a Casamigos. You have to throw the liquor out. You don't want no DUIs. Looks like Casamigo done busted and spilled, and footprints right here. Bitch, is a nigga locked up over a glass of Casamigos? Somebody let me know. What kind of lawyer would let his clients go to, man, come on, one that's getting railroaded, one that's getting paid by Rock Nation. I think one of his lawyers actually ended up with the executive producer credits on Rock Nation, a show called, what is it called? Reasonable Doubt. Yeah, Trevor Jackson, we in the building, man. We tapped in. We breaking this case down, man. We breaking it down. Give Meg 40 years. She need to get 40 years and 10,000 lashes. Floyd Boy J, aka Dick Tracy, man. I'm telling you, man, we breaking down the case. We doing the science right now, exclusively on Perspective Facts Podcast. Florida Boy J. We are breaking it down, doing the science. I have spotted the glass Meg could have stepped on. You see the blood. When she first took the steps, you don't see any blood right here. Now let me make sure that we got this on. I need the big camera. We don't see any blood when she initially took the steps, but we see blood here, and we see a broken glass bottle on the sidewalk right next to her bloody steps. Somebody call Rock Nation. Hove. Somebody, man. This is ridiculous. Talk about a smoking gun. Come on, man. We're going to play it one more time. Because this is a 20-second clip. You would have thought it was a 4-minute clip the way we just ran this. Now, look. Looks like this might be where the bottle is. And look when she originally steps. Then when she steps right here, it sounds like a breaking of a glass. You kind of see a little reflection or a spark or something. And then you see the blood trail shortly after the steps, following the broken bottle, with the blood steps directly next to it, not while she stepped out the car, but after the broken bottle steps, allegedly, according to this footage. One more time, you're not gonna hear any sound when she puts her feet, when she lands her feet. You don't hear nothing yet. Right there. See her trying to stumble. Man, come on, dog.
Any evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay.
What? Hey, what? Hold on. Did y'all hear that?
Shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we.
Any evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well.
Did you hear about shooting or anything? This is why we got dispatched. That's what the officer says, and the female officer responds. And it sounded like she said there was no shooting inside of the car. What's going on?
We have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told.
And then there's some cash over
here, and then we.
Dispatch.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So.
All right. Hey, hold on. My bad, everybody. We just had a little stutter in the Wi-Fi real quick. Read some real quick. Let me read some of these comments. The lack of talent with today's artists, R. Kelly had a step in. I don't think this is a great time to bring up the R right now. Respectfully, this isn't the greatest time to bring up the R, but I feel you. Quit calling them hooves feet. That's what I'm saying. Them big ass hooves feet. You trying to tell me nigga missed them big ass feet? Shit. Only a horse foot can take a bullet, and you can't tell if a motherfucker got shot or stepped on glass, man. So, you know, today's like R. Kelly had to step and make love. Maybe man, Meg can't drop no banger. R. Kelly was dropping bangers before the hit. Meg had orchestrated bangers, man. She had
We're on the same car.
Bangers. So let's get through this real quick. See it load up. Let me see.
Evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told.
And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and
cut
herself.
Do you guys hear this? Like I said, man, we are one of the first platforms covering this breaking news. We are, you know what I'm saying, other YouTubers, other content creators are probably getting their videos out now, probably about to go live now. I want to get this rush hour content in, people getting off work, people sit in traffic. This is really breaking news. This is probably one of the first breakdowns we're all going to get is right now while we're watching it. You just heard what the officer said. This is my first time watching these videos in succession. I just told you that Meg could have stepped on that bottle that was sent right outside the car door. You can hear a bottle break when she takes the second steps outside of the car. Now we have this officer corroborating it, saying that she stepped on glass. She actually threw, or somebody in that car threw that bottle outside the car. So if you throw a glass bottle outside of a car, apparently, obviously, that glass bottle is going to break. That's why you see the newly spilled stain of liquid right up under the glass bottle. And the way it spilled, it had to have a level of force for it to spill. Hold on. They are telling me that I need to verify myself. Okay, cool. I'm still on TikTok. But yeah, like I said she stepped on glass, stepped outside the car. The officer just said she cut her foot by stepping on glass that from a bottle she threw outside of the car. So we're going to continue to play the audio, but this is all breaking news. It's all rolling. This is fluid. This is crazy. Hit the cash app, $Floorboard J, like button. Let's go.
She got cut.
I believe when she stepped down, there's.
Do we know how she got cut?
Do we know how she got cut?
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well, bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay.
There's a glass.
When she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well.
And the officer asks, so her friends didn't cut her then? And the officer says, right. So damn, Meg, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What are we doing? Shit's crazy, dog. Shit's crazy. We still got more at home. We still got more. Anna, listen, dog, I forgot I clicked that on accident. Anna been cooking up this footage like a motherfucker. Now, hold on. I know we've seen this already, but we're gonna watch one more time because it could have been more information. Was there any blood on the vehicle? Not feet were not damaged before the police arrived. Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where was the blood? Just saying.
You were just one ball stick on the left. I really put on my right foot. I just stepped on past the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the
When the officer asks, was she already hurt? Look at Meg, nod her head yes. Look at Meg, nod her head yes. And when the officer asks you were already hurt from previous foot injury you had prior to today.
So you were already hurt.
You see the nod. You see the head nod. After she said you were already hurt.
So you were already hurt when you got into the and at that point, your friends were running down the
Meg, you about to go out sad. Meg about to go out sad. I'm gonna lie to you, dog. Meg about to go out sad as shit. Timeline contradicts Meg's story. Meg claimed she only spoke out in response to her, but timeline proved she went public first. Why try to blame Tory when the real timeline doesn't back her up? Receipts don't lie. She spoke out first. It's been a narrative. Reading this right now, let me make sure that we are up on here. Yeah, we're getting deep. Hey, we gotta go deep. We gotta go deep. Pause. No pause. Gotta go deep. It says right here. Let's go down. Okay. Nothing negative as this. This is why I didn't want to say anything in the first place. This would have never came out if Tory would have never went to the internet telling everybody his side of the story. This is terrible because I didn't want to say anything in the first place. I only did say anything, but now you want to get ahead of it and make yourself look like some type of victim. Why? Let's see. Why you did? What is it? Why didn't you want to say anything in the first place? It says objection. Answer the court. I think we covered that. Sustained. The lawyer. What was your plan when this first happened? As far as what you would say. Guess it makes sense that I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want it to go anywhere. I'm embarrassed. Another question. This is in court. I know you told the police you stepped on broken glass. About 4 days later, did you come forward to the police and tell them who shot you? She said yes. They said, and was that to a detective? She said yes. In those 4 days, what brought the change of heart? I guess she said, I had a change of heart because I saw online that he tried to start getting ahead of the story and put a bunch of different narratives about what happened. Meg posts about being shot on the 15th. This is 3 days after the shooting. I'm going to read it. It said the narrative that is being, I'm sorry, TikTok. This is very, very small. It says the narrative that is being reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate, and I like to clear the record. No, I like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery. But it was important for me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on recovery so I can return back to my life and making music as soon as possible. Meg names Daystar to the police the next day. 11 days later, Meg Thee Stallion Emotional Live. That's when Meg goes live on Tory Lanez's birthday, 12 days after the shooting, 11 days after she contacts police. Then a month later, Meg publicly names Daystar as the shooter. Now we go to a month later, Tory Lanez speaks for the first time To my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then a month later, Daystar spoke on IG Live to respond to Megan. So the whole Tory Lanez spoke thing is false. Meg and Kelsey fought. Meg claims I never put hands on anybody, but eyewitnesses and physical evidence confirm a fight between Meg Thee Stallion and Kelsey Harris. Kelsey had open wounds and cuts actively bleeding. Tory Lanez, no injuries. Stop pretending Tory was the aggressor. So this was Kelsey the night of the shooting. And they say Kelsey short as hell, so she like little short, fine motherfucker. I know that's right. What is this on the front of her shirt? All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What kind of party is this? What are we wearing to this party? Are you going to a party or freak off? It's like freak off attire. Tory Lanez, ain't got no shirt. Yeah, he ain't beat up. Yeah. Her leg is scratched up. That's crazy stain on her shirt. Yeah, Tory Lanez don't look hurt. That was a crazy stain on a girl's shirt, though. Just saying. Megan said there's an eyewitness. Correct. The eyewitness, that's the audio we went over. Kelsey Harris' testimony, we already know she flipped, contradicted herself. They said DA proves Tory Lanez's innocence. Forensic expert testified 90% of the DNA on the gun unknown. Male, not Tory's. Tory has no DNA on the magazine and 0.1% on the gun. Basically nothing. Female DNA was found. If Tory fired 5 shots, his DNA would be there. It was not. That's a fact. Kelsey had gun residue, but her DNA wasn't even tested. Kelsey had gunshot residue. That's what GSR stands for. Wow. This is crazy. And it gets worse. Tory's defense didn't even get to the STR mix worksheet until the last minute, which constitutes the Brady violation. The prosecution used the DNA sample so it couldn't be retested. This wasn't justice. It was a rigged case. Medical facts don't match the narrative. 3 doctors, 3 stories, none testified in court. Damn. First doctor who treated Meg first diagnosed a laceration from broken glass and filed an official police report. 0 mention of gunshot wounds, bullet fragments, or ballistic trauma. Second, Dr. Little performed surgery 12 hours later, claimed to remove 3 major fragments and diagnosed superficial gunshot wounds, yet never reported his findings to law enforcement. Also didn't come to the stand to testify. We also have Dr. Howell, plastic surgeon, described the wounds as superficial and cleanly. A plastic surgeon described the wounds as superficial and cleanly closed. She treated Meg for infection, discharged her without mentioning any ballistic trauma. So which is it? The medical evidence isn't consistent, is incomplete, and selectively presented. That's crazy. The bullet fragments that were supposedly in her foot went missing. The prosecutors claimed LAPD had the bullet fragments, but Detective Ryan Stoger testified under oath at a preliminary hearing that the fragments were missing. They asked where the fragments do they even exist. The contradiction exposes serious doubt about the integrity of evidence. This is the official transcript. Now the bullet fragments, which were allegedly removed from Megan's ankles. Now she got shot in her ankles. So did the bullet fragment hit her foot, her toe, or her ankles? Because the way she talking, she got shot here. Her feet got shot up. She have no feet, no toes, no nubs, no nothing. Allegedly moved from Megan's ankles. It can't be located. Correct. And you indicated that you reviewed the medical reports from Cedars, or at least some of them. Yes. Did you read the report that called the findings superficial injuries? Officer say yes. Ms. Holly, nothing further. Evidence is clear. The narrative about Tory Lanez is built on lies, contradicting missing facts, no DNA, no bullet fragments, conflicting medical reports, conflicting testimonies, eyewitness testimony ignored, a 10-year sentence for all this, no justice, free Tory Lanez. Wow. That was crazy. That was huge. We really, and like you said, there's no blood in the vehicle where feet damage before. this was crazy, man. We really just had to break that down. We also get Angela Stanton King. She's been putting in work, and she does a lot of advocacy for inmates and a lot of advocacy for people who've been railroaded. So say what you want, but Angela Stanton King actually does a lot of good work. She tweeted today, breaking, I have the breaking evidence that proves Tory Lanez innocence. Here it is, 36 hours later, not a single mainstream outlet has touched it. If you ask yourself why, free Tory Lanez, just for Tory, 36hourslater.com. This is, let me see. This is the website, 36hourslater.com. You can sign a petition. These are the results. They got a whole track list, checklist. Damn. Yeah, we're going to break this down later on tonight, but we kind of just broke it down. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Meg. They got it. Yeah, we kind of broke this down already, but shit, lady, you cooked. Do y'all think the stabbing was a hit because of new evidence? Absolutely, I think the stabbing was a hit. And it's crazy how TMZ get the stabbing. How does TMZ get the crime footage, exclusive crime footage? Man, TMZ, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Need to get stabbed, and TMZ got exclusive stabbing out of pocket. Now let's break down. We got academics speaking on this. We're gonna wrap it up after Ack shares his thoughts on it. Ack is suggesting that Tory Lanez should connect with politically influential celebrities like Kim Kardashian to gain support. He says Rock Nation has scared the media to go against Megan Thee Stallion because of lawsuits and smear campaigns they use. Like I said, you've seen what's going on with Milagro Groves right now. They're trying to sink her ship, and nobody's really coming to protect her because they're scared of Rock Nation in their bag. So let's go ahead and play this academic clip and keep it rolling. Before I roll this clip, I want to say thank you guys one more time. We have over 150 people watching me on TikTok, YouTube, and X/Twitter. So thank you. Hit that $sign Florida J94 at the bottom, and we will play this clip. Let's get it cracking.
Hugely powerful person. Let me tell you how most of this shit goes. Honestly, when Kodak and Wayne got a pardon, it was the same person that made both of those happen. Very powerful, very influential, very politically aligned. Those people work with rappers, but they work. I don't want to just name drop. They work also with politicians. It's a couple of those people. You start realizing who are the players. They keep favors and then they redeem favors. When you're gonna get pardoned, it's not by popular demand. A lot of times pardons are given out when people are on their way out. They're not over here trying to like gain the love of the public. They're over here trying to, yo, good looks on get me elected. You did A, B, and C to get me here. So when I'm getting out, I'm gonna repay you with. It's one of them ones. I bet it's a lot of this ain't, oh, I'm doing this for the.
And I'm pausing. And everybody on TikTok, if you guys can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. Like I said, if you hear the audio, give a thumbs up. So man, people probably on TikTok. It's 7:00. The time to go live on TikTok. 7:00 hit. We got six people in here. But yeah, just make sure you guys can hear and you can see the audio.
Goodness of my heart. I'm already telling you that politically it don't line up that Tory gonna get a pardon. So I'm watching. I see tremendous public support. I'm not seeing that high power, like, and with all due respect, the Anna Paulina or Anna whatever, she's a rep in Florida. We need somebody big. Pause. We need somebody. We need some significant people to jump on board here. And then I'll be like, I think this could happen. I'm going to be honest with you. It would be dope if Kim K got on. I know you might be like, oh, Kim K just a celebrity. We got Drake who signed this. Yeah, that's cool, but they're not politically aligned. Kim K has been moving with her innocence or whatever project she got going on because she's been getting people free or taking off death row. She got some power in that world. You want to align with somebody like that that's also a celebrity, but then you got to align with some other powerful people. That's what I'm seeing missing from Tory's team right now. Because again, it was good to read all those things, but if you went into reading that whole thread that Tory's team put up on the website, if you thought he was innocent before, you probably just think he's more innocent now. And if you thought he was guilty before, you're probably still not that convinced he's not guilty. You probably just would probably say, you know what, maybe there's a reasonable doubt that he did it, but you probably are not completely on the side. I'm going to see how this goes, because again, I feel like we've hit the level of what the hell is going to happen next. Like Tory's team, they're pushing the line. I think more and more people and the public is getting on Tory's side, but how will you leverage that? So I don't know. I'm trying to see. Also, here's the thing too. What I've noticed is that I think Tory, the way how shit is happening, I think Rock Nation done scared pretty much everybody into really being that much gun-ho to try to get Tory out of jail. The reality is, look, Milagro got sued. Now she don't even got no lawyer.
Told you.
You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, as much as people like Tory and they might think he's been taken advantage of, nobody want to go up against Rock Nation. That's a fact. I don't want to go against Rock Nation. I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? So me, I try to cover it even keel and keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it a being with you. And I think Tory's team and his family and father, they gotta try to get some political connects to kind of agree with them. But I do believe the sensitive nature of a woman being allegedly shot or abused by a man, people are unwilling to touch that, even despite some of the evidence that point that he might be convicted, maybe unfairly. Most of the reason they don't want to touch that case, Megan Thee Stallion still alive, and she is very much still popular. So you go against that, and Alex Spiro comes out and smears your entire political career as a woman shooting domestic abuser defender, you're donezo. You feel what I'm saying? So I think, you know, I feel like I'm seeing the things fall in place of Tory. I just don't know how the picture is going to come together. Do I think that, you know, anything is something? Yes. Do I see the goal? I don't see the goal right now, but I'm here watching. Hugely powerful.
All right, man. So that was Act News breaking down, and I do agree with Act. I feel like we need, at this point, we need more powerful people to break this thing down. We need more powerful people to stand next to Tory Lanez and really push this case forward. Like I said, Gavin Newsom, you guys need to be going higher up in the political chain. Kim Kardashian, you know, whoever can push the narrative for Tory Lanez to get due process should be stepping up to the plate right now. So I think that is there with that. I think we covered this topic pretty much ad nauseum. We covered all bases pretty much. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody, like I said, on Instagram. Not Instagram, I'm sorry. YouTube, X, and everybody, all my new people on TikTok that I'm going live with. You know what I'm saying? We just, you know, signed over here on TikTok. They gave me the live privileges. I'm going to take advantage of them. It's interesting how she signed a deal with you-know-who payment. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to go, you know, too far deep in Meg Thee Stallion. We've seen other celebrities like Rihanna, Drake, goddamn Tory, not Tory Lanez, but what's his name? Chris Brown. You've seen a lot of people who are each other's ops get on one accord saying free Tory Lanez. I think that's crazy, but obviously they know something we don't. But like I said before, man, we're just gonna go ahead and call it a day. I got like 10 new messages on TikTok. That is what's up. I got 58 likes on TikTok for this live already. So like I said, new audience, everybody over there, salute, follow me on all my platforms. You guys follow me on TikTok, follow me on goddamn YouTube, all that good shit. We'll be back later on today. Thank you so much, Tony Blue Star. We're going to be back later on today after the starport goes off. And hopefully when the Knicks lose, we can kick their backs in and crash out on the Knicks. We talk about all these topics on starport. And then after the starport, I'm going to probably go live again and then break down some of this Diddy trial. We got Armand Wiggins probably about to go live a little bit. More oil, more oil, more oil, more oil. You know, donate to the Armand Wiggins More Oil Fund because he's covering of the Diddy trial wall to wall. And before I go, want to show you one of my viral, I guess I don't call it viral, but one of my tweets went kind of crazy today. It was this video that we were watching. Obviously, looks like some girl. Well, let me see if I can post this. Just real quick. Looks like some girl ran down on some dude in the lunch line and gave him the beats.
That's a gun.
He got up, straight up again, bro. He's squabbling, boy. She going crazy. Boy, she going crazy. You see him haymaker? Boy, she beating the brakes off that man. So I commented, when my girl catches me at the bar buying drinks for the hoes, 7.3K likes, 148 retweets, 45 comments. It was funny. It was a really funny comment. I'm not gonna load up every comment because we're gonna be here all day. But yeah, man, my tweet count went a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm popping on Twitter, all social media apps. So the thing I'm not popping on right now is Instagram because I don't like Instagram. But for the most part, like I said, man, hit the like button, subscribe, turn notifications on. This is, again, a great episode of Perspectives Facts Podcast that cover the new evidence in the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case. Like I said, man, just support the platform. We're going to be streaming live every day. I'm probably like 152 subscribers away from 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. We had over 100 people watching us on X. So like I said, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And about that fight, yeah, she had that ancestral energy, bro. She was throwing them haymakers like she was fighting the brothers. Like I said, man, I want to say salute everybody. I appreciate you guys, and catch me in a few hours after Starport goes off, or just hop on Starport and watch us crash out in a few hours after the Knicks game. Be safe, have fun, and thank you once again. You guys have a great night and be safe.